Have you ever opened a bill and felt your heart sink, wondering how you'll make it this time? Do you feel like no matter how hard you work, the money disappears faster than it comes in? If that's you, stop scrolling and breathe, because this isn't just another video. This is a Psalm 23 prayer that many call a turning point, a spiritual moment where financial chains break and peace replaces panic. In the next few minutes, you're not going to hear empty motivation or quick hacks. You're about to experience a divine activation, words spoken straight from Scripture that realign your heart with God's flow of provision. As you listen, something begins to shift. Fear lifts, clarity rises, and opportunities start finding their way to you. So before you pay another bill or worry about what's next, stay right here. Because if you let this prayer sink deep into your spirit, you won't just feel calmer. You'll begin to see doors of favor, ideas, and unexpected blessings open in your life starting today. Have you ever sat staring at a pile of bills, wondering how you'll make it through another month? Have you felt that invisible pressure, the weight of debt, the fear of lack, the anxiety that steals your sleep? You're not alone. Millions are walking through the same valley. But here's the truth. God never designed you to live chained to fear or financial struggle. There is a divine path, a spiritual principle that can open doors no man can close. In this video, we're not just talking about money. We're talking about peace. The kind of peace that quiets your mind, strengthens your heart, and reminds you that you are already provided for. By the end of this prayer, you'll feel lighter, calmer, and confident that God has already made a way, even if you can't see it yet. Stay until the end, because as we pray together, something will shift in your spirit. This isn't just another video. It's your moment to release fear, silence anxiety, and step into the divine provision that's been waiting for you all along. Now slow down. Wherever you are, let the noise of the world fade away. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in, and let out slowly. Again, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Feel your shoulders drop. Feel your heartbeat steady. You are safe. You are seen. You are entering a sacred space where peace is not a concept, but a presence. Let go of every worry, every number, every due date. Release the weight of deadlines, debts, and expectations. For the next few minutes, there is nothing to prove and nothing to fix. Just breathe. Imagine a gentle light surrounding you, warm, golden, alive. It covers your thoughts, your body, your atmosphere. Every breath you take is peace entering your soul. Every exhale is a chain of worry breaking off your spirit. You are stepping into divine rest. Here, time slows down. Here, heaven leans close. This is where stillness becomes strength, and peace becomes your power. Close your eyes for a moment and breathe deeply. Now listen, not just with your ears, but with your heart, because these words you're about to hear are not ordinary verses. They are spiritual laws of abundance. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. This is not a wish. It's a decree. When you make the Lord your shepherd, you're stepping under his provision. It means that lack, fear, and uncertainty lose their power over your life. You are declaring that everything you need will find its way to you, because the shepherd never abandons his flock. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. This is the promise of divine peace. No matter what storms surround you, He brings you to rest. Green pastures represent abundance. Still waters symbolize emotional balance. You are being led away from exhaustion and into restoration. He restoreth my soul. This is where broken pieces are healed. Every loss, every disappointment, every night of worry, God rebuilds from within. Before He changes your situation, He restores your strength to face it with faith. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for His name's sake. You are not wandering aimlessly. Your steps are ordered, guided by purpose. Even your past mistakes become part of the path that leads you toward destiny. Yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Notice it says through, not staying. You're passing through the valley, not living in it. And you're not alone. The same God who blesses you on the mountaintop walks beside you in the darkness. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. His correction and His guidance are not punishment. They are protection. Every no from God was saving you from something smaller than His plan. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Even those who doubted, you will have to watch your eyes. God sets the table of abundance not after the battle, but during it. You eat in peace while others are still fighting. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. This is overflow, not survival. You're not meant to live with just enough. God's design for you is more than enough, so you can bless others from your overflow. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Goodness is chasing you. Mercy is covering you. Even when you're not perfect, His favor still tracks your steps. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. This is not about a building. It's about a presence. You are choosing to live inside His protection, His abundance, His peace, every single day. This psalm isn't just poetry. It's a spiritual blueprint, a divine law that governs provision, peace, and prosperity. When you live it, speak it, and believe it, you align yourself with a kingdom where lack cannot survive. There's something far deeper than unpaid bills or empty wallets, a spiritual pattern that quietly shapes how you see money. It's not witchcraft, it's not luck, it's a cycle. A cycle of fear, guilt, and silent scarcity that repeats itself from generation to generation. Every time you worry about not having enough, every time you feel guilt for wanting more, every time you tighten your hand because you're afraid to lose, that's the curse speaking. It whispers, you'll never have enough, until you start to believe it. And belief becomes reality. But here's the truth. When you worry, you feed lack. When you believe, you open heaven. Faith is the language of abundance. Fear is the seed of scarcity. Right now, take a moment to look inside yourself. Where does fear still live when you think about money? Is it when you check your account balance? When you remember a failure from the past? When you feel ashamed to ask God for more? Identify it. Name it. Because what you expose loses power. The hidden financial curse breaks the moment you stop feeding fear and start feeding faith. Say this aloud. I release every fear about money. I believe that heaven provides. I choose peace over panic, faith over fear. That's not just a phrase, it's a shift, a turning point in your spirit. the very moment heaven begins to open its gates over your life. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath. Feel the weight on your chest, the weight of fear, of worry, of debt, starting to lift. This is not just another prayer. This is a spiritual act of release. Every word you speak now carries divine authority. Say it with me. I break every agreement with fear. Fear has no legal right to control your finances. Fear has no voice in your destiny. You are not bound to the system of lack. You are aligned with the system of heaven. Now, declare, I'm no longer a slave to debt. Every chain that tied your mind to bills, due dates, and anxiety begins to dissolve in the presence of divine light. Imagine a radiant golden light surrounding you. It touches every paper, every number, every account that once caused pain. Watch as those bills and burdens turn to dust, dissolving into light. This is not imagination. This is manifestation. You are stepping into spiritual ownership, reclaiming what was always yours. Peace, stability, and overflow. Heaven recognizes your voice right now. Angels are being released on your behalf. Repeat again, louder this time, with conviction that shakes the invisible world. I break every agreement with fear. I'm no longer a slave to debt. Let those words echo through your heart. Feel the golden light expand through your mind, your home, your finances, your family. You're walking out of bondage and into freedom. The old cycle ends here. From this moment forward, your words are seeds of liberation. Speak life. Speak abundance. Speak victory. Because the truth is, you were never meant to live under debt, but to walk under divine provision. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes for a moment. Think about the people, the situations, or even the debts that have weighed on your heart. Forgiveness is not weakness, it's divine release. Many people pray for financial freedom while still holding invisible debts inside their hearts. Resentment, betrayal, disappointment. But the truth is simple. You can't receive with clenched fists. When your heart is tight with bitterness, your hands are closed to blessing. Jesus taught, forgive those who owe you, and your Father will forgive you. In that same mystery lies a hidden financial key. When you release emotional debt, heaven releases financial provision. The energy you use to carry pain begins to move freely again, attracting peace, opportunity, and abundance. Now let's pray together. Lord, I choose to forgive. I forgive those who have hurt me, forgotten me, or owed me. I release them from my heart, and I release myself from pain. Every emotional debt is canceled. Every hidden wound is healed. I let go, and I open my hands to receive your divine flow. Pause, breathe, feel the shift, because when your heart is clean, your hands can finally receive. Forgiveness isn't just spiritual, it's financial freedom in disguise. You're not losing anything by forgiving. You're clearing space for what's about to come. Close your eyes for a moment and breathe deeply. Feel the air entering your body. Calm, effortless, abundant. That's how divine flow feels. It's not a chase, not a struggle. It's alignment. It's when your heart and heaven agree that you are worthy of peace, provision, and purpose. So many were taught to fear money, to see it as dangerous or dirty. But listen closely. Money is not evil. Fear is. Fear twists the heart and blocks the flow. Fear whispers, "You'll never have enough." But peace says, "I already have all that I need, and more is coming." When you align with divine peace, money becomes a tool, not a torment. It begins to serve you instead of enslaving you. Because money was never meant to rule you. It was meant to respond to you. When your inner world is at rest, your outer world reflects that harmony. Say these affirmations aloud, letting them settle deep into your spirit. Money serves my purpose. Peace is my prosperity. Feel the truth in those words. See yourself walking through life with calm confidence. No more anxiety about bills. No more guilt about wanting more. You are not chasing. You are attracting. You are not begging. You are aligning. This is divine flow, the sacred rhythm where peace leads and provision follows. When you walk in peace, money finds you. When you stay in faith, doors open. When you live in gratitude, heaven responds. Let peace be your new definition of wealth. Because true prosperity isn't measured by what's in your hands. It's measured by what's in your heart. Now take a slow, deep breath. Let your shoulders drop. Feel the peace entering your body as the noise of worry begins to fade. Imagine yourself sitting at a beautiful table. Not just any table, but your table of divine provision. Before you lies an abundant feast. Fresh bread, fruits, light shimmering over golden plates. Every detail whispers, you are provided for. Look around. The bills that once brought tension are now stamped paid in full. The air feels lighter. Your home radiates harmony. Laughter echoes through the rooms. Peace fills the atmosphere. See yourself walking freely. No longer weighed down by lack or anxiety. Your steps are confident. Your heart is calm. You smile because you know the Lord is your shepherd and you shall not want. As you visualize this life of divine balance, let gratitude rise within you. Thank God not only for what is coming, but for what is already here. Your spirit recognizes abundance before your eyes do. Repeat softly, peace fills my house. Provision surrounds me. The Lord is my shepherd. I lack nothing. Stay here for a moment. Let the image become real in your spirit, because what you see in faith now will soon be what you live in truth. Now let's go deeper, not just into the words, but into the divine code hidden behind each verse of Psalm 23. This isn't just poetry. It's a financial map for those who walk with faith and wisdom. He makes me lie down in green pastures. This isn't just about grass, it's about stability. It's a moment when your spirit stops running from crisis to crisis. Green pastures symbolize the stage where your needs are met. Your home is secure. Your table is full. God is saying, I will bring you to a season where you no longer have to chase. You will rest in abundance. He leads me beside still waters. Still waters represent peace before decisions. When your soul is anxious, every financial choice feels heavy. Fear takes the wheel. But when your heart is calm, divine wisdom flows. The Lord doesn't bless chaos. He blesses clarity. Before your next big move, business, bills, or blessings, allow Him to calm the waters inside you. From stillness comes strategy. My cup overflows. This is not a metaphor, it's a promise. Overflow means more than enough. It means your income isn't just for survival. It's meant to bless others. Prosperity is not selfish. It's sacred. God fills your cup so you can pour into others. Every time you give, you prove that fear no longer governs your finances. Every line of Psalm 23 carries a divine financial law. Provision flows from peace. Stability grows from faith. Overflow is the fruit of trust. As you meditate on these verses, imagine each symbol unfolding in your real life. Your bank account stable like green pastures. Your mind still as quiet waters. Your income overflowing like a sacred cup in the hands of the shepherd who never lets you lack. Repeat aloud. My finances rest in green pastures. My decisions flow beside still waters. My cup overflows, and I bless others with my abundance. Stay here for a moment. Let the word rewrite your financial reality. This is the moment of spiritual authority, where words become weapons and faith becomes law. Right now, as this prayer begins, imagine a holy fire descending upon every area of your life that's been chained by debt, fear, or financial oppression. The time for silent suffering is over. This is your divine activation. Repeat each declaration with strength and conviction, as if heaven itself is listening. Because it is. Let your voice carry power, faith, and certainty. Every debt loses its power. Every curse is reversed. I walk under divine economy. Feel the atmosphere shift as these words leave your lips. They are not just phrases. They are spiritual decrees rewriting your destiny. Every limitation that once held you is now being dissolved. Every pattern of lack, fear, or constant struggle is being burned away by divine justice. As you speak, visualize invisible chains snapping. See bills turning into testimonies. See your hands, once heavy with worry, now lifted in victory. Because when faith speaks, heaven moves. This is not just a prayer, it's a spiritual transaction. You're exchanging fear for authority, lack for overflow, burden for divine peace. The old system of survival is gone. Now you operate under the law of divine economy, where favor multiplies, doors open, and provision finds you without struggle. Keep declaring until you feel the shift, until peace replaces pressure, until confidence replaces doubt. Right now, your spiritual economy is being restored. Speak it again louder with fire. Every debt loses its power. Every curse is reversed. I walk under divine economy. This is your activation. This is your moment of breakthrough. There is a hidden door to financial peace, and it opens with gratitude. When you thank God not only for what you have, but for what is already on its way, the frequency of your life begins to change. The heaviness of debt turns into the lightness of faith. Worry dissolves. The atmosphere around you begins to move in your favor. Close your eyes for a moment. Think about 3 blessings that already exist in your financial life. Maybe it's a bill that got paid. Maybe it's the strength you had to keep going this week. Maybe it's the small opportunity that appeared. A sale, a client, a door that cracked open. Now say it aloud with me. I am grateful for what I have. I am grateful for what's coming. I am grateful because heaven never fails to provide. You see, gratitude is not a polite reaction. It's a supernatural magnet. When you bless what you already hold, you give permission for it to multiply. When you thank God for what's not yet visible, you activate divine acceleration. Every thank you is a seed that grows into more. Every time you bless what's in your hands, your future expands. Because gratitude doesn't wait for abundance. It creates abundance. So right now, breathe deeply and repeat these words until they become truth in your spirit. Gratitude attracts more of what I bless. I live in divine economy where every gift multiplies. My heart is rich, and therefore my life is rich. Stay in this vibration for a few moments. Feel the peace. Feel the shift. This is not imagination. It's alignment. And from this place of thankfulness, new provision begins to find you. Faith isn't just believing, it's moving. It's not a feeling, it's a posture. When you truly trust, you act differently. You don't rush, panic, or chase. You align your steps with peace, not pressure. Faith is calm action. It's when you do what you can, while knowing God is doing what you can't. Take a moment to breathe and observe. Where in your finances have you been moving out of fear instead of faith? Maybe you've been avoiding that phone call, delaying that decision, or losing sleep over what you can't control. This is the time to move with peace. Faith moves when you do, not in anxiety, but in divine order. When you organize your bills, you're telling heaven, I trust you with order. When you call to negotiate a payment calmly, you're saying, peace leads me, not panic. When you choose to give even a small act of generosity, you're declaring, lack no longer owns me. I operate in abundance. Each of these small steps is a spiritual seed. The moment you move with serenity, the spiritual current shifts. Heaven responds to faith in motion, not fear and delay. Remember, miracles rarely chase those who stand still. They meet those who move with peace. So today, take that faithful step, not because you're desperate, but because you're certain. Organize, negotiate, bless, and watch how divine flow starts aligning every detail. Faith is not noise. It's quiet movement guided by peace. Faith moves when you do. As the prayer reaches its sacred midpoint, this moment becomes a spiritual sealing, a covenant between your faith and divine provision. The words are simple, yet carry eternal power. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Speak them not as a verse, but as a contract between heaven and your heart. Every time you repeat it, you are re-signing the covenant of abundance that God already offered you. A promise of guidance without fear, provision without anxiety, and peace without lack. Now, visualize this moment. Before you, a golden contract of light hovers in the air. The lines of scripture glow like fire. You see your name written upon it, and beside it, the signature of the shepherd himself, radiant, eternal. When you place your hand upon that light, it seals your faith. The covenant is renewed. Say aloud, slowly and with conviction, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Every syllable is a declaration that lack no longer has authority over your home, your mind, or your future. You are now walking under a divine economy, one where peace multiplies, doors open, and provision follows your steps. Feel the energy shift inside you. That's the spiritual alignment of covenant, where your faith stops asking if God will provide and starts walking as if He already has. Tonight, this covenant is not a hope. It is a signature written in light, sealed by belief, and confirmed by every blessing waiting to reach you. As the music softens and your breathing slows, bring every bill, every financial concern into your mind, not with fear, but with faith. Hold them in your heart as symbols of trust, not defeat. You are not facing these numbers alone. Heaven has already gone before you. Grace has already written your name beside every provision you'll ever need. Whisper these words like a seal over your life. Every bill in my hand is already covered by grace. I lack nothing, because heaven has gone before me. Let the words echo through your soul. Imagine light, golden calm, radiant, flowing from your chest and wrapping around each document, each envelope, transforming them into testimonies of provision. Feel the tension leaving your shoulders, the peace of divine order settling into your spirit. This is not just a prayer, it's a spiritual decree. When you speak peace, heaven aligns resources. When you trust, divine timing unfolds perfectly. Bills that once caused anxiety now become reminders of God's faithfulness in motion. So as the music fades into silence, let gratitude rise. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are walking under divine economy, where peace precedes provision and grace pays before you even see the miracle unfold. Stay still, breathe in faith, because tonight, heaven is balancing every account in your favor. Before you pay another bill, pause and breathe. Peace is not something you wait for. It's the path that leads your finances. Every time you return to this prayer, you are not starting over. You are building momentum in the Spirit. Say aloud, I am free from financial curses. Each word breaks an invisible chain. Each declaration opens a new flow. This is your reminder. You lack nothing, because heaven has already gone before you. When fear comes, when the bills try to speak louder than your faith, come back here. Let these words restore your confidence in divine provision. Now take a step of faith. Write it below. I am free from financial curses. That public declaration turns your words into power. And if this message ignited something inside you, subscribe to stay in this daily flow of faith and abundance. Because peace is not a moment, it's a lifestyle. And today you just chose to live it.